Why it sucks to be born as the world's bravest psychopath honey badger edition. You're about to get bitten by a snake. Not just any snake. A venomous one that could shut down your nervous system in minutes. You don't run. You don't hesitate. You charge it. Head first. Congratulations. You've just picked a fight with death, and you're weirdly confident you'll win. Spoiler, you might. But this is where things get stupid. Premise setup. You are a honey badger. Yes, that honey badger. The internet's favorite unkillable psychopath. Fearless. Aggressive. Basically immune to common sense. You're about the size of a small dog. But your attitude? That's max level boss fight energy. And nature has given you a very specific role. 'Cause problems. Constantly. For everything. But here's the catch. Being the bravest creature alive doesn't make life easier. It makes it way more dangerous. And this is just day one. Chapter 1. Birch the HT worst start. You spawn underground. Blind. Helpless. Useless. Basically a warm, breathing snack. Your mom is the only reason you're still alive. And even she's not exactly living stress-free. Because everything out there wants to eat you. Lions. Leopards. Hyenas. Eagles. Snakes. You're not even on the food chain yet. You're just a tutorial-level target. And it gets worse. Your species has a very relaxed parenting strategy. Mom leaves the den to hunt, which means you're alone. In the dark. Waiting. Hoping nothing digs you up like buried treasure. But here's your first upgrade. Skin. Honey badgers have incredibly thick, loose skin. Up to 6 mm thick. That might not sound like much, but proportionally, it's like wearing built-in armor. Even if something grabs you, you can twist around inside your own skin and bite back. Yeah, you're basically a biological glitch. But don't get excited. You're still tiny, still weak, still edible, and you have no idea what's coming next. Chapter 2. Early Survival Trial in Error. You finally step outside. Welcome to the real world. Population. Everything wants you dead. You start learning the basics. Sniff, dig, run, don't die. Simple. Except you're terrible at it. You try hunting insects. Miss. Try digging for rodents. Too slow. Try not getting noticed. Impossible. Because your brain has already installed one dangerous feature. Zero fear. You don't assess risk. You ignore it. And this is where things go downhill. Fast. You encounter your first snake. Most animals would back off. You attack. Let's talk science for a second. A venomous snake strike can deliver neurotoxins that shut down muscles by blocking nerve signals. Basically, your body stops working. Game over. But here's the insane part. Honey badgers have partial resistance to venom. Not immunity, but enough to survive doses that would kill most animals. So you get bitten, and you keep fighting. Eventually, the venom hits. You collapse. System shut down. Looks like you're dead. But no. A few hours later, you wake up like nothing happened, and then you eat the snake. This is not normal behavior. This is biological chaos. But it gets worse. You're not just fighting snakes. You're picking fights with animals 10x your size. Lions? Sure. Hyenas? Why not? Leopards? Absolutely. Let's break that down. A lion weighs up to 190 kilograms. You weigh maybe 12 kilograms. That's like a toddler trying to fight a tank, and you still charge. Because your brain doesn't do fear, it does violence, and you have no idea what's coming next. Chapter 3. Leveling UP, grow H pace. You're bigger now, stronger, angrier, and nature just unlocked your full skill tree. First upgrade, jaw strength. Your bite isn't the strongest in the animal kingdom, but it's efficient, designed to crush, tear, and hold. Combined with your thick skin, you're basically a close-range combat unit. Second upgrade, digging power. Your claws can tear through hard soil like a shovel on steroids. You can dig yourself out of danger, or into someone else's home, which you do. A lot. You're basically a burglar. You raid burrows, steal food, evict animals, sometimes eat them. No rules, just chaos. Now let's talk physics. When you charge an enemy, your body uses momentum. Genuine math _ block _ widget _ always _ pref etch _ v2 : content : p = mv. Mass times velocity. You're not huge, but you're fast and aggressive, which means your impact hits harder than expected. It's like getting tackled by a rage-powered bowling ball. And then there's your secret weapon, pain tolerance. Your nervous system doesn't respond to pain the same way most animals do. You take hits, and keep going, like a broken machine that refuses to shut down. But this is where things break, because just because you can fight everything doesn't mean you should. And you never learned that lesson. Chapter 4, Peak Life, Dominance Maturity. You've reached your final form, fully grown, fully armed, fully unhinged. You roam a territory, doing whatever you want. You're not the strongest, not the fastest, but definitely the most unpredictable. And in nature, that's terrifying. Predators actually avoid you, not because they can't kill you, but because it's not worth the trouble. You fight dirty. You don't give up. You make everything harder than it needs to be. You're basically the final boss nobody wants to deal with. But don't get comfortable, because there's always something bigger. Lions still exist. Leopards are faster. Hyenas are stronger in groups. And then there are humans. But before that, let's talk about your biggest weakness, you. Your aggression gets you into fights you don't need. Your confidence gets you injured. Your lifestyle burns energy fast. And food isn't always guaranteed. You're not a specialist. You're a generalist, which means sometimes you go hungry. And this is where things start to fall apart. Chapter 5, Decline, Final Encounter. You're older now, slower, still aggressive, but not as sharp. Your body has scars. Your energy isn't what it used to be. And in the wild, that's a death sentence. You pick one more fight. Maybe it's a snake, maybe a predator, maybe something you should have avoided. Your reaction time is slower now, just enough. A snake strikes. You get bitten. You fight back, because of course you do. You always do. But this time, recovery takes longer. Too long. You lie there, waiting, hoping your system reboots. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Or maybe it's not a snake. Maybe it's hunger. Days without food. Your body starts shutting down. Muscle breaks down for energy. You get weaker, slower, easier to kill. And then you hear it. Footsteps. Not paws. Not claws. Boots. Humans. And this is where things really end. Ending, apply low cycle plus ironic. You survived snakes. You fought lions. You bullied predators that should have killed you. You turned fear into a joke. You broke the rules of survival. And somehow, you made it this far. But nature doesn't care how brave you are. It doesn't reward insanity. It balances it. You were never meant to live long. You were meant to disrupt, to challenge, to exist as a walking middle finger to the food chain. And in that role, you were perfect. Because in a world built on fear, you had none. And that made you powerful, but also expendable. Because eventually, even the bravest psychopath runs out of luck. Game over.